A powerful judge commits murder to protect his reputation and orchestrates a cover-up, leveraging his influence over the legal system. The only person who knows the truth is a young court reporter. The judge tries to coerce and bribe the reporter, but she's determined to reveal the truth. As threats escalate, she must choose between safety and justice, knowing the judge will stop at nothing to silence her. A respected district court judge, known for his tough stance on crime, kills a blackmailer who threatened to expose the judge's past involvement in a wrongful conviction. Using his authority, the judge manipulates the police investigation, ensuring evidence is lost or altered, and influences the prosecutor to drop leads that could point back to him. The judge's actions echo real-life cases where judicial power and prosecutorial misconduct have led to cover-ups and wrongful convictions, as seen in the Michael Morton case, where a judge concealed exculpatory evidence to protect his own reputation. A young court reporter, meticulous and idealistic, uncovers inconsistencies in the case files and overhears a suspicious conversation implicating the judge. The judge, realizing the reporter is a threat, first tries to buy her silence with promises of career advancement and money. When bribery fails, the judge resorts to intimidation, leveraging his connections with law enforcement to harass the reporter. The reporter faces mounting pressure, anonymous threats, sabotage at work, and even attempts to discredit her publicly. Drawing inspiration from the Karen Red case, the story explores how public trust in the justice system erodes when those in power manipulate investigations and evidence. The reporter must decide whether to accept the judge's offer and ensure her safety, or risk everything to expose the truth. Just as the reporter prepares to go public, she discovers the judge has a history of silencing dissenters and that she is not his first victim. An unexpected ally, a retired detective who once suspected the judge, offers crucial evidence, tipping the scales. In a final confrontation, the judge tries to frame the reporter for the murder, but her careful documentation and the detective's testimony turn the tide. The judge is brought to trial, and the extent of his corruption is revealed. The reporter, though scarred by the ordeal, becomes a symbol for accountability in the justice system. The story closes with a reflection on the dangers of unchecked power and the courage required to stand against it, echoing real-world cases where whistleblowers and witnesses have faced immense pressure to remain silent. As the reporter gathers evidence and the judge's threats intensify, she receives an anonymous tip. Someone with information about the judge's past wants to meet. The tip leads her to a remote location where she encounters Elena Torres, a woman officially declared dead years ago after a suspicious fire, which was ruled an accident during a trial presided over by the same judge. Elena reveals she faked her death to escape the judge's reach after surviving an attempt on her life orchestrated to silence her as a whistleblower in a corruption case. Elena has been living under a new identity, collecting documents, recordings, and even a hidden ledger that details the judge's long history of bribery, case tampering, and intimidation. She shares her story with the reporter, describing how the judge manipulated the legal system to cover up his crimes and eliminate threats, including framing innocent people and orchestrating accidents. The reporter realizes that Elena's evidence is the missing piece needed to bring the judge down, but getting it to the authorities without alerting the judge is a dangerous challenge. The judge, sensing the walls closing in, launches a desperate campaign to discredit both the reporter and Elena. He leaks false information to the media, paints Elena as a mentally unstable fugitive, and tries to implicate the reporter in past crimes. The judge uses his influence to issue a warrant for Elena's arrest, forcing the reporter and Elena to go on the run while they prepare their case. With the help of the retired detective and a trusted journalist, the reporter organizes a live press conference where Elena appears and publicly presents her evidence. The event is broadcast widely, making it impossible for the judge to suppress the information or retaliate without drawing further suspicion. The public outcry is immediate, and law enforcement officials outside the judge's sphere of influence launch an independent investigation. The judge is arrested and faces a highly publicized trial, with both the reporter and Elena testifying. Other victims and witnesses, inspired by Elena's return, come forward with their own stories, exposing the full extent of the judge's corruption. The reporter's career is forever changed. She becomes an advocate for judicial reform, while Elena, finally free from hiding, helps others who have been wronged by the system. The resilience of truth, even when buried for years. The power of solidarity among victims and whistleblowers. The ultimate vulnerability of corrupt power when confronted by courage and evidence.